Alright, so Martin Odegaard has come along and he's really spoken some beautiful words for all the Arsenal fans who've seen it on his social media platform, on Arsenal's official social media things. The official website, Twitter, Instagram. Well, you'll get a lot of bit of updates. Of course, there are more updates as well, so that which should be shared with you, and I will be doing that. So let's just jump right into it now. Elliot Richardson, who's board member of OneFootball, um, he says that Arsenal doing exactly as predicted, starting to see a good young team evolve here. Let's see if they can shift Bellerin and get a good right back in, and then see if Market has a deal for Lacazette to go and get someone else in return. Love Ramsdale, by the way. So he loves Aaron Ramsdale, is what he's trying to say, and we know why. And of course, we know why. And let's move on with Seo Kolasinac. Well, look, judging by his look inside, like in the image, I think he won't like the news as well, or rather, So Ekrem Konur says Sead Kolasinac will be in talks with Arsenal again next week over the termination of his contract. Arteta certainly does not think of Sead Kolasinac in the squad. Arsenal are looking to secure 4 million euros for Sead Kolasinac's transfer. It's either he pays them back that, or some club comes along and pays for him. It's that simple. If you want to go, leave. Pay and leave. Moving on, according to now reported in Italy, especially from Alfredo Pedula, Everton are making moves for Joaquin Correa. There is still no breakthrough on the price. So they're looking to bring in Joaquin Correa. Now the big question is, why would they do that? Why would they want to bring in? They've got Richarlison, they've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Moise Kean, and I've seen Conrad Harrison saying that they're really offering Moise Kean around. Of course, Paris won't take him. Why would Paris want to buy Moise Kean? There's no point in buying him as well. And as suggested, Everton are making moves. Could this pave way for Dominic Calvert-Lewin? Sort of actually, linked me with this news. But it's been reported everywhere now that Everton are really strongly involved for Joaquin Correa. Alfredo Pedrola does not pick up these kind of news unless it is a South American player who's really involved, or probably something that is really involved through Serie A. He just comes along with it. So I'd rather believe him. If that's the case, if they're really looking for him, as a striker, then maybe one of the strikers are definitely unwanted at Everton for now. So who is that going to be? Well, only Everton know. Moving on, so Martin Odegaard shares a message to all the Arsenal fans. He says, "Damn, it feels good to be back. Great feeling to commit myself to this amazing club for the long term this time. I can't wait to get out there again and play in front of a full Emirates Stadium. Finally be able to have you all there lifting us forward. More motivated and excited than ever. Let's go, Gunners." But that's not all. He just had a message for his Real Madrid fans as well. Well, he's really wanted to say something. So he says, "Well, over the 5 years ago, I signed for Real Madrid and fulfilled a big dream. Being able to wear the white shirt, play at the Bernabeu club, and play the champions with Madrid. I couldn't be more proud. I came at 16 and had the opportunity to learn from the best in the world and my idols. I've learned a lot and I've enjoyed the journey. I'm thankful for everything I've been through and everything I have learned." And guess you can definitely pause the video and definitely find more about that. Well, moving on as we speak, Mikel Arteta on if there's more to come in this transfer window. He says there's still 11 days to go. We still have things to do. There are going to be players at the moment with the way the squad set up that are going to be difficult to find game time. So there are things to be done. On why Arsenal fans should be excited about Ramsdale, he says, "I think they're going to love his personality, his character, the quality he has, and what he's going to offer. Give him some time. He's a young goalkeeper as well, but with a huge, huge potential." And talking about Odegaard, he says, "You see the numbers, what we did after Christmas when we had Martin in the team. People like Emil, the team performed at a completely different level at the age of his career that he is, and the potential to grow that he has is immense." About Willock, Mikel said, "Joe is a player we liked and we valued so much. After that spell at Newcastle, his profile changed. His ambitions personally changed. The game time he needed was very different, We made a decision together to find the best way in the pathway for his career. Arteta on if he was surprised the game against Brentford was not postponed. He says, yes, I was very surprised but the regulators decided that the best thing to do was to play the game. What we did was what we had to do. Mikel Arteta on if the past week has been his biggest challenge as Arsenal manager. He says, no, I think I had the bigger challenges since I've been here in 18 months, believe me. A lot of things have happened we will look at them with perspective, maybe not now, because a lot of people are not interested to analyze now, but 1 year, 2 years, 3 years time, we will look back and say there is a lot of sense in what happened. And James Ollie suggests that senior figures at Arsenal increasingly believe this will be Bernd Leno's final season at the club. Sources have said ESPN. Rather than signing Aaron Ramsdale as Leno's understudy, the pair are expected to fight for the number 1 spot this term. Mikel Arteta about this said that it's what we want. We're going to have 2 different profiles, 2 different stages in their career. Aaron is a really talented young goalkeeper with a huge experience and an international for England. He's going to bring competition, which is what we want. Create competition, healthy competition, quality competition in every position, and we need a goalkeeper there, and we identified Aaron as the ideal option. On the players being vaccinated, Mikel said most of them are double vaccinated, others have 1 vaccine. We are trying to encourage them to get vaccinated because they're going to protect themselves, their family, the environment around the club, but it's a really personal matter. It's more powerful message to get vaccinated. It's coming from the government. It's not about protecting ourselves. It's a play people around us. It's a gesture of generosity. I don't know if somebody's convinced to do it, but you see the benefits are much bigger. Well, Mikel Arteta really had a lot to say, but one thing that really thing is all about is that Fabrizio Romano confirmed it that Real Madrid do not have a buyback clause for Martin Odegaard, but they do have a right of first refusal. However, any final decisions will always be up to the player. Now, the question is, what is exactly right of first refusal? Now, imagine in the future if Arsenal would like to sell the player, okay, and they would actually go to Real Madrid if they would want to know whether they want to buy the player at a particular price tag. Well, then probably that could be one of the case which we saw with Cesc Fabregas. Of course, Cesc Fabregas actually was one of the players that was when he was actually moving out of Barcelona, he was offered to Arsenal. Arsenal had the deadline for getting him to the club, but Arsenal said no. So that is the case. Also, another part of right of refusal means that if a club bids for Martin Odegaard, okay, for some amount of money, they say, you know what, Arsenal will pay you 60. We want Martin Odegaard. If Real Madrid wants to sign the player, they would rather get the first chance to buy the player to match the same bid of other club, and then that exactly should be paid, and that's how Real Madrid would get to sign Odegaard in the future. That is right of first refusal is what I know. Arsenal did not take that option when it was Fabregas' turn to come back. So, yeah. But David Ornstein also, I salute him for this. He actually says that I don't like the criticism that the Aaron Ramsdale signing has been getting at all. Where were Edison and Alisson and certain other goalkeepers at that same point? I think Arsenal fans need to get behind a player like Ramsdale. You don't get those kind of things from a lot of fans these days, do you? Lucas Torreira is back at Arsenal, but that does not stop him from leaving. And this is a message from Martin Odegaard. He says, it feels great. I had a good time when I was here. I'm really happy to be back, and I can't wait to get out there. And according to Haberturk, Besiktas want to bring Elneny back to the club, but however, that is played down by Chris Wheatley, who says that there has been nothing of that sort, and Mikel Arteta finds him in his plans for now, for this season. Yeah, those were the exact words. David Seaman has to say something about Aaron Ramsdale. He says there's a lot of similarities to when I joined Arsenal. I was England's number 3 at the World Cup in 1990. I started getting a load of stick because the fans did not want me. They were singing Lukic is better than Seaman. You'll never play for Arsenal. There are some similarities, and hopefully we will go on to have a very good career at Arsenal. He's still learning. You can see that. Well, now Arsenal fans will call David Seaman as delusional. Don't give an F about those kind of people, because as already mentioned, according to James Ollie, the decision to sign Aaron Ramsdale is actually to make him the first number one goalkeeper and not to be an understudy. So that is also the right kind of message that Aaron Ramsdale would want to hear. So let's see how things will turn out to be for Arsenal. As of now, things stand. Arsenal are still in the market, and I expect minimum of 2 signings. Minimum. Cheers, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, good night.